Hey guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. I'm in Christine's storeroom at the moment at the back of her shop, and this is part 8 of our great radio shed house lot cleanup that we did a while back. We've done all the cleanup. Part 7 was the final trip, but we've got oodles of boxes and stuff to go through, and a few of you have said you like the unboxing and you like the pricing, so we're going to do a few of those. In this video, I'm going to look at a stack of boxes down here, which I'll show you in a tick. And this was the shell collection that I got out of from under one of the benches in the radio room. I haven't even looked in most of it, so let's have a look together. So here's the stack. They look like custom-made boxes. I would imagine that the old guy made the boxes himself. And I don't really know what's in it. And we did find a few boxes or various other containers that held shells, but what I'm going to do is just go through this collection. One of my subscribers did ask to have a better look at it, and I think they were interested in actually purchasing it in one go, and I'm more than happy to facilitate that. So let's go through it and have a look. Now I think it's all shells, and I did have a look in a few of the boxes, and there's lots of little ones. Now the good thing is, in keeping with this guy's organisation skills, everything is labelled. Port Arlington was a place probably where he found them, and the date. And there's some individual shells. Now these are quite nice little ones. I'm not up with names of shells. Some of you could certainly identify them, whereas I can't. To me they're just shells. St Leonard's 1968-69. So he's had this collection for quite some time. Lots of little ones in here. That looks like coral. It looks like all these, what does that say? Between Indented Head and Port Arlington 1968. Oh, they're sea urchins, I think. They look pretty cool. It almost looks like a melon. But yeah, they're definitely shells. There's some larger ones here which have like a mother of pearl effect. So these are all 1960s. So perhaps this entire collection was put together in the 1960s. Let's see if we can get one of these boxes opened. Oh, there we go. A nice arrangement. I think some of the shells he has identified and, you know, put the, well, they're interesting, and put the frilled Venus shell. There you go. So he's identified the genus and the species of whatever that creature was. So he's put a lot of work into this collection. Let's have a look in this one. Alright, a nice arrangement there. We certainly don't usually get shell collections. I quite often turn up little ones and get, you know, random little shells like this amongst people's knickknacks. And I normally just throw these in a jar and sell a whole jar for $5 or $10. But this is a different kettle of fish. Well, kettle of sea creatures. Alright, these look like oyster shells. And they're in nice little display cases, these ones. Again, they're all labelled and dated where they came from. These ones, oh, there's a tag under there. So I'm assuming he collected them all himself, or at least most of them. Are they oyster? They remind me of mussel shells we used to find in our farm dam. Those ones do anyway, yeah. Alright, so that's all those type. I'll keep going through this collection. There's not much in this box, but we'll film the whole lot, so whoever's interested will have a fairly good look at them. Smooth Spider Shell. Given to Joan by Nancy Hicks. So there you go. Probably from Great Barrier Reef. Exact location unknown. He was a stickler for writing down any information he had, which is great for future reference. He's written down a lot here. Hang on, let's have a look in this one. I want to see what he's written in here. Alright, so he's identified it. Indo-West Pacific, south to Albany, WA. Purchased by John at Shepparton Show 1970. So he did buy some of his shells. That's a really nice little glossy shell. So he's put a lot of effort into his collection and identifying a lot of them. So that's the third drawer. And all these drawers kind of stack together with these locators. So we have a lid on this one again. And we have more little display cases. This one looks like a miniature cuttlefish. Yes, it's cuttlefish, Ocean Grove 1968. So these are mussel shells. He's even labelled them as mussels. So these are what we used to find in the dam when we were yabbing as kids. So they're small bivalves and univalves from Lake Mawala, which is just on the Murray River, just about an hour or so north of here. These are pretty cool. They're like snail shells on steroids. I guess they're a sea creature, although he just says snail shells on the tag. I don't think they're normal garden snails though. Alright, the next one. Oh, we've got a lot of small ones here. Tiny shells. Look at them. Beautifully presented in these little boxes. I'm glad I didn't drop this. They would have gone everywhere. So he's organised them all into little compartments. Great display. And again, all labelled. They're nice ones. I like those conical shaped ones. Alright, well, so these things are actually a double stacker. So they're a little fold out cantilever box. And they've got a top and a bottom shelf. So there's quantity wise, there's a lot of shelves here. And there's a lot of these display containers. Righto, next level. Alright, this is a little less interesting, but there's still some good examples of whatever these are. They're like flat oyster shells. Mother of pearl on the inside. And I can't, oh yeah, there's a tag. Collected between St Leonard's, Indented Head and Port Arlington. Now, I think that's down on the Victorian coastline. Oysters and... I can't read the rest of it, it's faded. So he must have done a lot of beach combing. Next level, we have more of these mussel type ones. They're still intact, although I'm sure the creature isn't in them. And these ones, you often see these at the beach. Usually quite nice colours. It looks like he's had some silverfish eat some of his tags. So... don't know what the date is. The 1840, perhaps that's when they were discovered or identified. 1968, collection date. Righto, we'll go to the next shelf. Oh, these ones, I've seen these before. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're quite an attractive shell. And if I was to sell these would nearly sell individually. They're quite large. That's almost hand size. You could nearly fit a bar of soap in that, not quite. And I have sold bigger shells in my shop before. Certainly the large ones actually get pretty good money. Alright, they're all the same sort. Alright, back to the little ones here. More snail type shells, interesting colours. And lots of little ones again, even really tiny shells over there. Okay, I don't know how many levels we've gone through. 3, 6, 7, 8. That's the 9th. Hopefully my stack doesn't fall over behind me. More containers. There's still more little shells in here. Let's have a look in this one. Oops, I can't get into that one-handed. Yes, we can. So all the compartments are full nearly with labelled shells. There's some nice coloured ones in there. Alright, next level. Some larger of these type again. I think we had some of these before. Pretty well as big as my hand, that one. They're very light, these ones. Okay, another layer. Okay, there's a bit more in here. What's this say? Shelley Beach between Portland and Bridgewater, 1975. So he was collecting for quite a few years. There's lots of tiny ones in here, some in specimen jars, some in a little tin. That's a little wedding cake sample tin. They turn up quite regularly. And there's little shells in there. More cuttlefish. That says Warrnambool. So it's along the Victorian coast. He did a lot of collecting, 1975. Port Fairy is another town along the coast there. Okay, lots of quantity. Okay, the last level here. Okay, which one doesn't belong? The feather. You don't usually, well, maybe it's a seagoing bird, but you don't usually have feathers amongst a shell collection. These are large, these ones. So they're quite nice. I don't know what they're called either. Really nice mother of pearl colours in those. There's a fair few of those. There's 2, 4, 6, 7 of those. Some more oyster type ones. And another little box of small shells. And what's in this one? Another sea urchin over there. So there we go. That's the entire collection. As I said, there was a few other random ones in various boxes. If I find them, I'll include them, but otherwise I'll just put them in jars and sell them separately. So this collection comprises of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 levels of a stackable storage unit, complete shell collection. I have no idea what it's worth. I'm not going to separate it and sell them piece by piece. If anyone is interested in the whole collection as it is, look, let's say $200, and if that doesn't get any bites, then I'll negotiate. I'll try and find the person that did message me and see if they're interested. The little display case, I'm pretty sure it's been made homemade, and it's actually quite a nice little creation, although obviously when it's all stacked up you can't see the shells. But you could probably rig up something if you wanted to display them all and have these little shelves sort of propped up on an angle, and you'd have a beautiful display around the wall of a shed or something. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that. I'm going to do another few unboxing videos soon. I'll follow a few one after the other. We did get a coin collection that I'm going to go through as well. Turns out some pretty good value in that. And then there's quite a lot of boxes that I don't even know what's in yet. So stay tuned. If you did spot something in the clean out videos that you wanted to see more of, send me a message and I'll do an unboxing video on that, or at least a bit more information. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.